don't even know how to punish our kids anymore. I don't even know what we can do, what we can't do. I don't even know what, I know our parents, our dads, they knew how to punish. Back in the day, they knew how to punish. They did. They had it exactly correct. The punishment always fit the crime perfectly. Because they got the belt, that's why. Yes, and you only had to get the belt once. You got the belt once, you never did whatever you were doing ever again. Then your dad just had to show you the belt, and that was enough. You remember that? Hey, get over, what'd you say? Yeah, well, yeah, I got it, I'm good. Yeah. Yes. Belt worked. Remember how out of nowhere that first time you got the belt was? It was amazing. You were popping off at your mom. You're like, hey, Mom, I'm not having your meatloaf tonight. It's horrible. I'm not having it. It's very dry. And who puts peas in meatloaf? I can't do it. I can't. I'm telling you, it's way too dry. Look up the recipe, Betty Crocker. Check it out, woman. Why is Dad getting undressed? What's going on over here? What are you doing? No, add ketchup or I don't care. Some sauce in there. Get it going. It's horrible. It's very dry. What's up, Dad? What are you, a lion tamer? What is this? What's this? Snap, 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 snap. I don't know what you're trying. Oh my God! Oh God! And it worked. The belt's worked since 25 BC. It's worked throughout history. All the way up until like 1993 when some frail D-bag introduced the first timeout. And that's when we lost society, right there. When everything burns and civilization comes to an end, we can trace it all the way back to that one guy. That's the guy. Timeout. Change the game. Timeout? How can you do that? Can you imagine trying to convince your dad to give you a timeout back in the day? Hey, Dad, listen up. Very sorry about stealing your car last night, taking it for a joyride, doing donuts in that parking lot and wiping out that whole storefront. But how's about this? Instead of you whipping this ass with that leather strap and that massive belt buckle you got in New Orleans, I'm thinking I'm going to wander off over into the corner for a little bit. Maybe think about where I went wrong. Maybe not. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I might sing a song. I might hum one. It doesn't matter. Important thing is it's my time. It's my time over in that corner. And when I feel good enough and I feel like I'm ready to inject myself back into society, I will come back here and I will tell you, and we'll see how that goes. How do you feel about that, cowboy? How's that? Why are you getting undressed again? What's going on? Timeout. Timeout. They don't even do timeouts anymore. Now timeouts are too cruel. They become too cruel. Timeouts. Oh, no, you can't. What? You can't do a timeout. It's too cruel for the child. They're alone. They're isolated. They're in the corner of the room by themselves. There are other people in the room. They're just in the, no, they're way, it's in a corner though. They are in a corner. They're looking at two walls meeting. It's too much for the child to deal with. You can't isolate them like that. You just can't isolate them. So they don't even do that anymore. They don't do timeouts anymore because it's too much. They do what's called a time in. It's called a time in. I'm serious. What they do is the dad will take the child. You sit in the middle of the room, and they put the child next to them, and they kind of stroke their shoulder, and you both kind of go over what went wrong and kind of where the child went off the tracks. And once you start making them feel good about being bad, probably after like 7 or 8 minutes, you kind of just let them go. And then you stay there for like an additional 4 minutes. Just to think about what a loser of parent you've become.